What's up, everybody? Nick Alberici here, back with divisional round picks and predictions. Trying to fix his camera over here. There you go. Perfect. Um, I think that, other than the Vikings game, all the other games besides the Commanders game sucked. I feel like just last week, just the games in general weren't that great. Nothing to get excited about. But I just feel like, I don't know. It was just a lot of like boring games this weekend but starting with the Vikings game, I think it was bound to happen. I mean, just the way Darnold was looking, 9 points 2 weeks in a row. He whatever he did, and it's crazy. We lost to the same two teams this year: Lions, the Rams, nobody else, which is nuts. But I look at it this way: I dodged the bullet going to Philly because Darnold would have got destroyed in Philly this week if he would have won. And I would have had to hear it from people 1,000 times worse. So I'm actually glad because everybody knows that's a non-Philly fan in this area knows how Eagles fans get when they beat somebody's team that they know. So I'm glad. That's the one thing I'm glad about. I'm glad that we don't have to go to Philly with Darnold and get our asses kicked and I'd have to hear it. So I dodged that bullet. This when people are saying on Twitter, I'm agreeing. They're saying the Vikings were never frauds. It was Sam Darnold coming down to earth. That's what was holding this team back. But they're gonna get a great draft pick now. Not great, but like the 24th pick, it's still, it's still flexible to trade up if you want to get a running back, something. They have 80 million, close to 80 million in cap free agency. So this team. The interior offensive line sucks. Like, that's the main issue with this team. Like, 9 sacks is unacceptable, but Darnold did hold on to the ball, a lot of them too long. But the interior offensive line of this team needs to be rebooted. So they're going to get somebody, a big guard in free agency or something. But, yeah, this team was not frauds. It was when Sam Darnold was going to collapse. And I'm shocked that this wasn't the Darnold we got all year. I should actually be blessed by it because it would have been a long season. But other than that, it is what it is. At least this is a first round exit against a good Rams team compared to a Giants team 2 years ago. But it's just crazy. I mean, I want Darnold gone officially. I don't want no way he gets paid all that money. It just not by us at least. I don't care if the Browns pay him all that, the Raiders. I don't give a shit. Saints, but us no. JJ McCarthy's our starting quarterback next year. See what you got. And roll with it. Use that money, the Darnold money, to resign guys and get guys. That's the way I look at it. So it is what it is. It's just another disappointment. You know what I mean? It was at the end of the season, but I didn't expect to do much anyway. Once we lost to the Lions last week, I knew this is gonna be a first round or second round exit. If you would have won that game to get the 1 seed, then I'd be sitting here talking about our home matchup this week. But it is what it is. But anyway, let's move on from it. I'm close out these games, and then we got baseball season and March Madness and spring. So it is what it is. So, but yeah, I dodged the bullet. Because I wouldn't want to be going to Philly and hearing it from all these idiots around here. You know what I mean? So I'm actually glad. I'm glad. All right, so let's get into the games. There's 4 this weekend, so I'm going to try and make this like a 15-minute video at most. We have the Texans at the Chiefs, the Saturday game at 4:30 on ESPN's the first one. So the Chiefs are 8.5 at home, over-under 41.5. I didn't think the Texans were going to beat the Chargers last week at all. I just thought, Chargers. But, their defense stepped up big time, but I think Kansas City's going to win here, obviously. Mahomes coming off a bye like this isn't going to lose 3 weeks of rest. If the Rams came off 3 weeks of rest and then lose, Mahomes should be all right. Or 2 weeks the Rams had. Mahomes has an extra week, so what's that tell you? Yeah. This is a rematch, I think, was it week 16? Yeah. Chiefs won by 8. They're one of one-score games, but I just think Houston's this time they're short-handed even more going in there because they had Tank Dell at least half of the game against them last time. This time they don't have him at all. So I'm going to take Kansas City. It's going to be a lower scoring game. I feel like it's supposed to be cold. It's 20 degrees. So it might be a lot of handing off. So I'm going to say a lower scoring game. I'm going to say 23-17 KC. Yeah, I just feel like, it's just Kansas City wins. There's one score, low scoring type of affairs. I don't know what it is, but they're finding ways to win at least. And this will be, if they win, it's the, sixth straight year they're in the AFC Championship. It's kind of crazy, but Chiefs win. Then we got the night game on Fox, Commanders at Lions. Detroit is 9.5, over-under is 55.5. Can't believe the Commanders actually. I'm not shocked they won. The Buccaneers aren't that good, but I was kind of shocked at the end of the game. Tampa shot themselves in the foot. That's why I wanted to play the Buccaneers because once I saw we were playing the Rams, I had a bad feeling about it. That's why I should have remembered we shit the bed on primetime games. So I don't even know why. I even picked this last week. I should have just thought, we should shit the bed, but. That's why I wanted to play Tampa Bay, because we would have beaten them. You know what I mean? We would have won. But unfortunately, we got the Rams, and look, the Commanders got the Bucs and beat them. But the Lions will win here. I just don't see Daniels going into Detroit and winning. If Green Bay couldn't go in there and win, even though Green Bay is overrated. Minnesota couldn't go in there and win. I think all the other good teams went into Detroit. Buffalo won in there, but the Commanders aren't going to go in there and win. So, Lions win here. I'm going to say Lions win 31-20, 11-point win for them. So I think the two number one seeds advance. Then we're on the two Sunday games, 3 o'clock NBC, Rams at Eagles. Eagles are 6, over under 43.5. So here's what I'm going to say. I think, so I'm going to say Eagles here should win because the Rams come off a short week. But it's McVay, man. He is a good coach. I know he's a good coach. He has his guys ready. He has game plans ready. He knows, man. This guy, he's on point. I'm gonna say I'm on the fence about this. The Rams look really good last week. The Eagles looked like shit, but I'm gonna say Eagles win 27-24. But the Rams. If you're a betting man this week, I would take the Rams getting the points. I just think 6 is obviously way too high. Because the Rams, to me, are better than the Packers. If they played right now, neutral site, Rams, or LA, whatever, Rams would win. And the Eagles and the Green Bay was only 3, it's like they're 5 or something like that. They're 3.5, and they were, this Rams team's getting no respect at all. They're not even, it's weird, but, so this game though, if the Eagles play, if the Eagles play like they did last week, the Rams are gonna win. But if I'm gonna just say 27-24 Eagles. But if I was a bettor, let's say I'm not the Ram, I will take the Rams getting the points. So, it's really a tough game. To be honest with you, I think this is the most tough game of the weekend to choose. I do. I know we got the Ravens and Bills next. That's really tough too, but. This is just tough on a standpoint that the Rams looked great last week and the Eagles looked like shit, and it's just tough to choose. You know what I mean? So, but give me the Eagles by 3, but the Rams to cover with the points. Then we got the game of the week. It's CBS 6:30. Ravens Bills. Ravens are 1. Over under 51.5. Supposed to be in the teens up in Orchard Park, Buffalo. Man, this is gonna be a war. This is the game of the week on TV. Obviously, it's the harder game of the picks Eagles Rams because for some reason I just think it is. I don't know, but for most, this is probably the hard game to pick. I'm gonna take the Bills. I just think the Bills at home. Baltimore is good and all that. The Bills are great and all that. But just the Ravens in the second half of that Steelers game, they looked like shit. Yeah, that worries you. It's like, okay, they're good, but why aren't they doing more? You know what I mean? The Bills just kept pouring it on Denver and pouring it on. So I'm just gonna trust the home team here. Home field in the playoffs is huge. It is huge. It is huge, especially for big games like this. Because I think whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl. They'll beat Kansas City. So I think, it's huge. These games like this are huge to be home. That's why Minnesota needs to do something to fucking be the 1 or 2 seed next year. I have no faith in us going to the Super Bowl in my lifetime as a wild card. So, but I think the Bills win. I just think it's gonna be a game where everybody's gonna be able to get going. Henry, Lamar, all of them are gonna be able to get going. Allen, but here's the weaknesses: Baltimore's secondary versus Buffalo's rush defense. And I feel like Baltimore is going to have to throw in this game. They can't just be handing it off. So I think, Baltimore's secondary could be the weak spot here. Allen hitting deep bombs to Coleman, Shakir, even Amari Cooper if he gets on the field. Kincaid, Knox. I just think even Ty Johnson's catching long ones, man. So I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm confident that Buffalo at home is gonna being home here. If it was in Baltimore, I'd probably take the Ravens, but I'm going to say Bills 34-31, maybe a bass game winner, something like that. I don't know. We've seen Lamar in big games in the playoffs. Yeah, he beat the Steelers last week, a big deal. Pittsburgh sucks. But I just think, Lamar in the big games could be the factor here. You know what I mean? Also. But and the Bills are undefeated at home, too, so that's another big advantage. And Baltimore on the road, 6-3. So there you go. That's the 4 games this week. This video is gonna be under 15 minutes, but next week it should be a 10-minute video with just 2 games, and then I got the Super Bowl. So, after this week, I have 2 more football left, and I'm gonna do my MLB season predictions. I can't wait for that. It's fun. I'm gonna do it probably a week or 2 before the year, so between March 15th and March 20th, I'm gonna do it. So that'll be fun. I don't know if I'm going to have any special guests on here or anything for it. I might, because I had them for second half predictions a year and a half ago or something. But maybe if I get them on here for the MLB predictions, that'll be fun. So I'll talk about that I'll talk about that breakdown on the Super Bowl video in 2 weeks. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed all week. All I got to worry about is playoff fantasy I'm in. No Minnesota. I mean, the way Darnold was looking, thank God it's over, I guess. It's an easy decision, not to pay his ass. But anyway, enjoy the games. Hope everybody has a good week. And enjoy the postseason. I can't really say Skol Vikes, but I just did. The season's over for him. So my thing is now until the rest of the year, enjoy the postseason. So, all right, guys. I'll see you next week.